Hi students, Pete Estabrook here. Let's talk about the Lydian Dominant scale and what its possible uses are. First, what is a Lydian Dominant scale? It's a mixed Lydian scale with a raised fourth degree or sharp 11. So, first case scenario, where would you use this scale would be in the chord symbol. So, if you have a C7 chord with a sharp 11 on it, that's a time to use it. You might also see the chord symbol C7 with 9 in sharp 11 or C7 with 9 sharp 11 and 13. You could also see, like, for instance, a D triad with a horizontal line over C7. Those would all be occasions where they're in the chord symbol. You would choose that scale. Second case scenario would be in a secondary dominant situation. What is a secondary dominant? Well, let's take a 2-5-1 in the key of C, D minor 7, G7, C. If that 2-5 were preceded by a D7, so the D7 is really resolved directly to D minor. It resolves to the G7 on the other side of the D minor 7. So in that case, it's very common, whether it appears in the chord symbol or not, to use Lydian dominant on secondary dominants. Third case scenario would be in a substitute dominant situation. What is a substitute dominant? It's when you replace a dominant chord with the chord a tritone away. The two guide tones are the same, so you can do that. So in D minor 7, G7, C, if we replace the G7 with a D flat 7, the two guide tones remain, 3 and 7 remain the same. They've just switched roles. You would use Lydian dominant, D flat, Lydian dominant, in fact, in that situation. And then the fourth case scenario for use of Lydian dominant would be non-resolving dominants. What would that be? Well, those are dominant chords that don't go down by half step or up by fourth. So like random dominant chords. If you have a progression that's something like, I don't know, C7 to E7 to G7, those chords are not really resolving one to the other. So at least in the traditional sense. So that would be a time where you can sort of emphasize the kind of nebulous resolution, at least in a jazz context, by using the Lydian dominant scale. And I'll add a fifth case scenario here. It's like you can throw that scale on just any time, given the fact that the harmonic context is appropriate. So is someone in the rhythm section applying it on a dominant chord? Are they listening to you, and are you using it in a sensible melodic way? I will say that the sharp 11 note has a strong tendency to want to go up, although you can use it, of course, in any way that you choose. So practice your Lydian dominant scales in 12 keys from all directions, all starting notes, all kinds of patterns, and go out and find some places in tunes that you can practice that and use that and get used to the sound. And good luck with that.